Hi everyone, we're going to find the solution set for each polynomial. This is part 5, and we're going to do these 3 problems. So the first one we have is x squared plus 7x is less than or equal to negative 12. Therefore, we're going to go ahead and move the 12 over to the left side by adding it to both sides and setting our inequality to 0. This means this polynomial, all values have to be less than or equal to 0 when you plug them in. Now I'm going to go ahead and factor this. It'll be 3 and 4. This one's pretty easy. So our solution set is x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 4. Alright? So we're going to go ahead and start with x equals negative 4, then x equals negative 3. We want to go from least to greatest on our intervals. And we're going to set our intervals from negative infinity to negative 4, then negative 4, comma, negative 3, and then from negative 3 to infinity. Alright? I'm going to choose a number in these intervals. They can be any numbers. I'm going to choose 2, negative 3.5, and 0. I'm going to plug it in my f function. So my f is x squared plus 7x plus 12. And I'm just going to evaluate each of these x's. When you plug in this is supposed to be negative 5. Sorry about that. When you plug in negative 5, you get 2. When you plug in negative 3.5, you get negative 4th, or negative 0.25. When you plug in 0, that's just going to be 12. So what we're going to do is determine if it's positive or negative. We want this to be negative. So this is positive, negative, positive. This number is positive, this number is positive. So what we want is negative, so we're going to take that interval. So therefore our solution set is x, such that x is in between negative 4 and negative 3. And we go ahead and use the equal on this. See this equal sign? Because the equal sign is there. Okay, the next one we have is 6x squared is greater than 6 plus 5x. And I'm going to move everything over to the left side, put it in standard form, subtract the 5x, subtract the 6, and we want this to be positive. And then we're going to go ahead and factor this. So I'm going to get 3x plus 2 times 2x minus 3. So my solution sets are negative 2/3. And this one's going to be 3/2. So x equals this, and x equals 3/2. Alright? Now, x equals, let's go in order here, negative 2/3, and x equals 3/2. And our equation we're going to evaluate with is 6x squared minus 5x minus 6. And we do want this whole thing to be positive. So let's do our intervals. We have negative infinity to negative 2/3, negative 2/3 to 3/2, and 3/2 to infinity. We choose nice numbers if we can. So let's choose, for this one, let's choose negative 1. And go ahead and choose 0, and then 2. And you plug it into your function. And we're going to get 5, -6, and 8. Therefore, our solutions are, or our conclusion is, 5 is a positive number, -6 is negative, 8 is positive. We want positive, so we're going to pick this interval and this one. So our solution set is x, such that x is less than -2/3, or x is greater than 3/2. Okay? And the last one we have is this one. We have x times x plus 1 is less than 20. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute this and move the 20 over and set it to 0 and factor. And this one's also easy to factor. I'm going to have x plus 5, x minus 4. Therefore, my solutions are x equals -5 and x equals 4. So, I'll write it again, x equals -5 and x equals 4 are the zeros of f, and f ends up being x squared. You can go ahead and put f of x if you want. X squared plus x minus 20, and we want this to be negative. So for our intervals, let's pick, we're going to use -infinity to -5, -5, comma 4, because we have to use both of those, and 4 to infinity. Now let's pick some nice numbers. Alright, and the numbers we're going to pick are, the ones I picked were -6, 0, and 5. And I plug it into my equation to get my y here, or my f, and we get 10, -20, and 10 again. Well, 10 is positive, -20 is negative, and 10 is positive. And we want negative, so we're choosing that interval. Therefore, my solution set is x, such that x is in between -5 and 4. We don't put equal here because we don't have an equal here. And that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.